The Chamber recalls that while the Philippines' withdrawal from the statute took effect on March 17, 2019, the court retains jurisdiction with respect to alleged crimes that occurred on the territory of the Philippines while it was a state party from 1 November 2011 up to and including March 16, 2019. Ayan na nga. So mga kotsero, ito rin ho yung same na sinabi ng Supreme Court ng Pilipinas, Supreme Court ng Pilipinas. Ang Pilipinas is obligated to cooperate. Take note, cooperate, that was the language. To cooperate with the ICC with regard to the time na tayo ay party ng Rome Statute. Or ibig sabihin, tayo ay kasama sa Rome Statute. Ito na lang pag-usapan natin mga kotsero. Meron na kasing lumabas na na kopya ng warrant. Pag-usapan natin yung yung laman ng warrant. I think this is important para maintindihan natin ano ba nangyari. At ano ba yung mga ganap kung bakit nagkaroon ng ganyang klaseng bigla-bigla yung warrant of arrest no. So pakita ko sa inyo yung warrant. Ito yung warrant. Warrant of arrest for Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte. March 7 pa siya Ito yung sasabi ko sa inyo kanina. March 7 pa yung warrant. Confidential. Ayan, secret March 7 inilabas pero it is considered a secret document. History. Punta tayo sa history. Ang sabi, okay, pre-trial chamber of the ICC issues this warrant of arrest. Okay, para kay Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Ayan, okay, procedural history. Alam na natin yan. Okay, jurisdiction. Ano yung mga kaso pala? Ito muna. Ano yung kaso? On 10 February 2025, the prosecution under seal and ex parte only available to the prosecution applied for a warrant of arrest for Rodrigo February 10, 2025. Matagal na pala itong warrant. Higit isang buwan na. Ayan February 10, 2025. Higit isang buwan na guys, yung warrant. Applied for the warrant of arrest for Rodrigo Roa Duterte as an alleged indirect perpetrator. Alleged indirect co-perpetrator pursuant to 25(3)(a) of the statute for the following crimes against humanity within the court's jurisdiction committed in the Philippines. Sorry mga kinaso. Murder as a crime against humanity, Article 7.1. Torture as a crime against humanity, Article 7.1F. Rape as a crime against humanity, Article 7.1G. Meron pa palang anggulo ng rape. Hindi natin alam yan guys. Oo, hindi natin alam yan. Grabe may ganyan pa pala. Matindi tong warrant na to So, jurisdiction. Ano daw ang jurisdiction ng ICC din sa kaso? Okay. The chamber finds on the basis of the material submitted and without prejudice to future determinations on the matter that the case against Mr. Duterte falls within the jurisdiction of the court. The chamber is satisfied that the incidents described in the application amounts to crimes against humanity that have alleged been committed by Mr. Duterte, a national of the Philippines. Ayan, ito yung tungkol sa jurisdiction. The chamber recalls that while the Philippines' withdrawal from the statute took effect on March 17, 2019, the court retains jurisdiction with respect to alleged crimes that occurred on the territory of the Philippines while it was a state party from 1 November 2011 up to and including March 16, 2019. Ayan na nga. So mga kotsero, ito rin ho yung same na sinabi ng Supreme Court ng Pilipinas, Supreme Court ng Pilipinas. Ang Pilipinas is obligated to cooperate. Take note, cooperate, that was the language. To cooperate with the ICC with regard to the time na tayo ay party ng Rome Statute. Or ibig sabihin, tayo ay kasama sa Rome Statute. So, sinasang-ayunan po ng ating Korte Suprema. Itong sinabi na ito ng ICC. Pero meron hong caveat doon si Supreme Court. May caveat siya. Ang sabi niya, even if for argument's sake, sabihin na wala talagang jurisdiction ang ICC sa Pilipinas, ay meron daw po tayong sariling batas. Meron tayong sariling batas na nagpaparusa sa crimes against humanity at pwede iyon ang gamitin laban kay Rodrigo Duterte. So, either way, international or local, walang kawala si Digong. So, as the alleged conduct has taken place between 1 November 2011 and March 16, 2019 in the territory of the Philippines, it falls within the court's jurisdiction. Again, mga kotsero, ito po ay sinang-ayunan na ng ating Korte Suprema. Nasalita na po dyan ng ating Supreme Court, sinang-ayunan na po yan. So, wala na ho tayong question dyan. Requirements of Article 58.1. Okay, provides that the pre-trial chamber shall, on the application of the prosecutor, issue a warrant of arrest for a person if it is satisfied that there are reasonable grounds to believe that the person has committed a crime within the jurisdiction of the court and the arrest of the person appears necessary. The finding of facts as set out below are therefore made based on the evidentiary standard. So may nakita silang probable cause or reasonable grounds to believe that the person has committed a crime within the jurisdiction of the court. Ano kaya yung nakita nila? Ito yung nakita nila, mga kotsero. Okay? On the basis of the material provided, ibig sabihin mga ebidensyang ipinakita, and considering that the Davao Death Squad members and the Philippines law enforcement personnel targeted a very large number of persons allegedly involved in criminal activities, in particular drug-related ones, the Chamber finds that there was a course of conduct involving the commission of multiple acts against civilian population on the territory of the Philippines. Ayun na nga. Moreover, these violent acts were initially committed by the DDS and subsequently by different governmental authorities and organs pursuant to a policy aiming at putting an end to the criminality in the Philippines by all means, including killing of alleged criminals. Totoo rin naman, sinabi na naman ni Digong yan, di ba? Sabi nga niya kung meron man daw siyang isang kasalanan o isang krimen na nagawa, hindi raw pagnanakaw sa bansa, hindi raw pagnanakaw ng pera ng bayan, kung hindi extrajudicial killings. Naalala niyo yun? Tapos sinabi ni joke lang daw. Tapos biglang sinabi nila, joke lang yan, joke lang. Huwag kayo maniniwala, joke lang. Ganun yung nangyari doon. Joke lang daw, joke lang. Moreover, there are reasonable grounds to believe that this attack was both widespread and systematic. Hindi pwedeng itanggi yan. Widespread talaga yan at systematic. Hindi pwedeng itanggi yan ng mga supporters ng mga tao ni Digonggong. Kasi kapag itinanggi nila yan, ito lang ipapakita natin, mga kotsero.
Wala pong reward system na sinasabi nila ngayon. Masyado pong baseless accusation po ito.
3 milyong piso. Yan ang pabuyang ibibigay ng Administrasyong Duterte sa mga makakahuli o makakapatay sa high-profile drug lords. May patong din sa ulo ang alipores ng mga drug lord. Kahit mga alagad ng batas na sangkot sa droga, wala rin daw ligtas.
Sabi ko ilagay kita dyan, pero sa isang kondisyon. Na kung may ahente ka, you have an agent na nakakalat into drugs and it comes to a fight, I want you to kill him personally. I want you to do the killing. Kasi sa iyo ko ibigay yung 3 million. I'm not saying that you kill them, but the order is dead or alive.
Nabanggit rin po niya, nandyan po rin po yung reward na kanyang sinabi noon. 1 million po sa mga ninja cops, patay. Pag buhay, kalahating milyon lang po. Pag lumaban, 2 million.
Additional motivation on their part yan. Kasi tatanggap sila ng pera na galing sa drugs. Ang polis hindi naman yung bounty hunter na talagang hindi naman yan tawag yan yung
Yun ang aim.
hindi yung hitman gun for hire. Hindi naman. I-neutralize mo yung drug lord through legal means. Kaya nga sinabi dead or alive. Kung lumaban, mas maganda yung patay siya.
Yun. Tapos, anong sinabi ni Digong? Inuudyukan daw niya yung kapulisan na, sinasabihan daw niya yung kapulisan na udyukan yung mga kriminal na labanan sila para merong lusot. Kaya nakakatawa si Rodrigo Duterte ngayon, mga kotsero Parang he's just a mere shadow of his former self. Nagtatanong siya kanina, di ba sabi niya, anong legal basis? Ayan yung warrant to. Ba't yung binasa yung warrant mo? Tapos anong sinasabi ng mga tagapagtanggol ni Digong, binasa lang sa cellphone yung warrant. Does it make it invalid kung nasa cellphone? It doesn't. It does not make the warrant of arrest invalid kung naka-cellphone. Printed lang ba yung official? No. Pero syempre, servan siya nung printed copy nung warrant. For sure yan. So, ano nangyari ngayon kay Digong? Pumunta siya ng Hong Kong para magtago. Hindi siya pinagtago ng Hong Kong. Ito ngayon nangyari. So, ngayon, ilalaban niya, mga kotsero, is Ninoy card. Ano sinabi ni Libayan? Fake daw yung warrant. Ba't nakakita na ba siya ng warrant ng ICC? Diyos ko. Mema lang talaga Ano nangyari kay Bato? Tahimik ko ba si Bato? Isa pa yun, magkakalalabas din ng warrant doon. Wala daw kasi butas ng puncher kaya fake. Kailangan doon naka-puncher. Nakakita ka na rin ba para magsabi mo na legit? Eto, Ayan, pirmado pa nga yan eh. Kayo yung nag-allege na fake eh, di patunayan yung peke. Kasi meron kami dito dokumento na pirmado. Total naman, kayo mga DDS, mahilig kayo mameke ng dokumento. Diba? PIDEA leaks nga lang eh. Nameke kayo ng dokumento sa PIDEA leaks nyo. Ito pa kayang warrant. Pag-aralan nyo yung warrant. To hell with Rodrigo Duterte, dami niyang pinapatay. Pagkakataon na ngayon ng hustisya. Pagbigyan ko na si Nancy Aguilar, in denial pa siya. Sige, ano natin. Ang tawag dyan, 5 stages of grief.